What is up, fellow coordinators, naturals, and everything in between? I am just a simple new type, and in this video, we are returning to the Cosmic Era. In our last Cosmic Era video, we learned more about the Bloody Valentine incident, the Earth Alliance political entities, and the Plant Supreme Council. One thing I did not mention in the previous video is that when Patrick Zala and Siegel Klein had their conversation, they are looking at a giant fossil of a space whale. In CE29, George Glenn, the first coordinator, brought back this fossil of a space whale while orbiting Jupiter and is proof of alien life. However, this plot point doesn't really go anywhere. All the drama of Seed overshadows anything going on with this space whale, which is quite unfortunate. Anyways, now that Lacus Klein is back in the hands of Zaft, let's catch up in the drama between Kira and Atherin. Mu Laflaga, Ensign Badriel, and Captain Ramius discuss how to punish Kira for his actions of taking Lacus to the enemy without any direct orders. Ramius states that soldiers would be sentenced to death in situations like this. However, since he is a civilian, they let him off the hook for the most part. Izak tells Diarca and Nicole that once Lacus is delivered and in safe hands, they are to attack the Archangel before they meet up with the 8th Fleet. Izak most likely wants to not let Atherin know of that situation. He has Lacus with him anyway. The Archangel gets an alert that the enemy is nearby. Kira prepares to launch. While he launches, we see a more sociopathic side of Flay. The Duel, Blitz, and Buster Gundam attack the strike. Mu's mobile armor assists, but his weapons are somewhat useless against the Gundams. The Blitz vanishes. Diarca in the Buster is being distracted by Mu Laflaga, and Kira and Izak in the Duel Gundam engage in battle. The Blitz gets in close to the Archangel and starts to attack. Kira is afraid of the Archangel being destroyed and goes into a rage. Izak takes a lot of damage. They decide to retreat. Mu Laflaga tells Kira that he was unbelievable in that battle. The 8th Fleet finally arrives. Back at Zaft, Atherin safely escorts Lacus to a transport vessel. They say their farewells for now. Ensign Badriel suggests they try to get Kira to stay as he is a valuable asset, but Ramius tells her they can't pressure him to join the military. Admiral Halberton meets with the Archangel crew. Chief Commander Koji notes that these supplies are mainly used in Earth's atmosphere. Meanwhile, Flay asks if she can enlist in the military. The rest of the civilian crew think it over and decide to enlist as well. Kira talks to a young refugee on the ship who gives him a flower. He begins to board a shuttle before the rest of the crew tell him that they are staying on board. Suddenly, Zaft comes into range of the 8th Fleet. The team leaves to go to their post. Kira doesn't know what to do. He looks at the flower that the little refugee girl gave him. He decides to stay on board. The 8th Fleet prepares for an attack while making their descent into Earth orbit. The newly enlisted soldiers take their position on the bridge. Meanwhile, Flay tries to emotionally manipulate Kira. The Lacus team takes out 4 Earth Alliance ships with ease. The Admiral is witnessing the power of the Gundams. Ramius asks to allow the Archangel to go into Earth orbit first and lead the Lacus team away from the 8th Fleet. The Admiral allows it, as it seems that the Archangel is what the Lacus team is after. The Strike and Mobius are on standby. While they plan their descent, Kira and Mu launch. Gravity is pulling their units down towards Earth. As the Admiral's ship makes its descent, they launch the shuttle with all of the refugees on board. The Zaft fleet continues attacking the Admiral's fleet while entering the atmosphere. One thing to note is that the Zaft fleet consists of 2 Nazca-class ships and 2 Laurasia-class frigates, with Frau's ship close by. Both the Zaft fleet and the Admiral's ship go down. Kira and the Duel Gundam begin to fight. The Mobius returns to the Archangel, but the strike is preoccupied. Also, I really enjoyed the gel shield thingy that they put over the ship. It is a real upgrade to the plastic wrap of the RX-78 Gundam from the original series. While the strike and the dual Gundam battle, the refugee shuttle gets in their way. Isaac shoots down the civilian shuttle, thinking it is fleeing soldiers. Yes, that's right. That little girl that gave Kira the origami flower. She's dead now. Feel that sadness. It seems that the Archangel has landed in Zaf-controlled territory in the Sahara in northern Africa. They intend to land in the Antarctica and are way off. The 8th Fleet is completely decimated, and it is up to them to get back on track, but they now must do it alone. Kira is experiencing a fever, PTSD, and some form of gravity sickness, all in one. It is very taxing on his body. Luckily, Flay is there to comfort him. With sex. She comforts him with sex. Off in the distance, we see a mysterious group led by Kigali, the strange girl that Kira met in Heliopolis. We see Commander Andrew Waltfield enjoying a nice cup of coffee while planning an attack on the Archangel. Waltfield is an ace mobile suit pilot, but he earned his nickname Desert Tiger due to the fact that he was promoted by an advertising agency to raise the will and push Zaft propaganda. It seems Waltfield's Desert Tiger is a reference to German soldier Erwin Rommel's nickname, the Desert Fox. Back on board the Archangel, Mu Laflaga is prepping a new mobile armor that they received from the 8th. Neutron jammers are placed throughout the territory, and they struggle to use their radars. Sound familiar? This is just like Universal Century for the most part. The alarms go off. The crew assembles. Missiles begin striking the area. The strike launches. Kira is struggling to get used to Earth's atmosphere. He is met with agile attack helicopters as well as Bakus. The TMFA 802 Baku takes on a bipedal mammal-like animal with caterpillar treads on its legs. This allows it to traverse the desert with ease, unlike Kira and the strike currently. Like most animals of this nature, the mobile suit focuses on forward movement, so strafing isn't its strong suit. It has a 450mm railgun, a 400mm missile pod, and a twin-beam saber that comes out of its face. The Archangel gives Kira cover fire as he walks around like a drunken person in the desert, but he slowly starts to get the hang of it. Commander Waltfield is watching in the distance. Kira starts to get the upper hand on one of the Bakus. Waltfield notes that he is adapted very quickly. The Baku attacks the Archangel, but Kira returns with suppressing fire. The Archangel needs to get moving quickly. Mu Laflaga suggests going out in the new Skygrasper. Ramius allows Mu to launch. The FX-550 Skygrasper is an aerial support fighter. This fighter was actually designed to work with the Strike Gundam as the unit that mount the Strike Gundam's Striker packs, which we seen last episode, and can help the Strike resupply. It has a 20mm machine gun, a medium caliber cannon, beam cannon, and an anti-ship missile. It launches and helps somewhat, but it isn't enough. Suddenly, an attack comes from the rear. The resistance group comes to aid the Earth Alliance. Kigali tells Kira to lure the Baku north of their current location into a trap. Kira and the resistance group work together. He lures them into position, and Kigali sets off an explosion. Commander Waltfield retreats for now, but he has gathered plenty of data. The EA and the Resistance meet at a rendezvous location. Ramius and Mu meet with the Resistance, which goes by the name Desert Dawn. This group seems to be well informed of the Archangel's current situation. They want to see the mobile suit pilot. Kigali recognizes him from Heliopolis. Kira takes a moment to realize who she is. Also, I want to note that now that Kira has enlisted in the military, he is an ensign, the same rank as Badriel. Nice. Isaac, and Diarca are currently in Gibraltar, a Zaft military facility in Iberia. Raul Crusette wants the two to remain on Earth and search for the Archangel in an attempt to destroy it. Diarca is not happy to be staying on Earth, but Isaac is dead set on destroying the Strike Gundam. Kigali questions how he is now with the Earth Alliance. Kira tells her it's complicated because she didn't watch our last Cosmic Era video. Kigali is also hiding a secret amongst her fellow resistance fighters. We will talk about this secret soon enough. Desert Dawn leader Sahib Ashman suggests they go through Gibraltar to get to Antarctica or through the Pacific Ocean, but ultimately, getting past Waltfield and the Lesseps is the hard part. Ashman tells the officers that the people of this area are ultimately forgotten and that both Zaft and the Earth Alliance constantly fight over territory that isn't theirs. Kigali goes to find Kira, but when she does, she finds that Flay told Sai that she was with Kira last night. Kira and Sai squabble. Kigali wasn't probably looking for this drama when she went to go find Kira. Suddenly, Commander Waltfield begins their attack once again. They attack Desert Dawn's village. Kira and the Archangel crew take defensive positions. The Resistance and EA crew run into villagers. No one was dead because Commander Waltfield warned the town before burning it down. Also, Mulaflaga essentially calls their village useless. Classic. The Desert Dawn team go out to attack. Kira launches in the strike. Oh, and what is Flay doing during all of this? The Resistance fighters are simply equipped with jeeps and some missile launchers. These people are savage. However, missile launchers aren't enough for the Baku. The Baku starts taking out Resistance soldiers. Kigali jumps out of the jeep. However, the Baku attacks and takes out Ahmed, one of the Kid Resistance fighters. Gundam Seed really hates children. The Strike comes in to assist Desert Dawn. Kira has figured out that he must use heat convection to take out units in the desert, whatever that means. Kira takes out some of the Bakus, but Waltfield himself comes in a third unit. Kira uses precision coordinator movements. He slows down one unit with his shield, damages another. Kira gets under the Baku and destroys it with his beam rifle. Waltfield goes for the strike, but Kira uses his beam saber and takes out their treads. Waltfield retreats. Back at the rendezvous point, Kira continues a mobile suit tradition and slaps Kigali for being so reckless. And that will do it for this video. Folks, we are still in the era of 50 episode runs. In this particular run, after they made it to Earth, there was essentially 2 back-to-back clip show episodes, which might be a little frustrating. I also enjoyed the teen drama of it all when I originally watched this when it aired, but it definitely is somewhat exhausting to me 20 years later. In our next episode, Through the Journey of the Cosmic Era, Kigali and Athrun will have their encounter with one another, and we will learn more about the neutral country, the Orb Union. But until next time, coordinators, watch out for those crazy ones. Peace.